The 2018 Chevrolet Traverse. The venerable and humble Chevrolet Traverse is borrowing upscale design cues from its Tahoe and Suburban big brothers. The change happens for the 2018 model year as the Traverse moves into its second generation with little more than an engine option and the name carrying over. This unibody, 3-row crossover is new from the lug nuts up. It rides on an elongated C1XX platform shared with the Cadillac XT5 and new for 2017 GMC Acadia. Chevy expects the Traverse to lead the segment in interior volume and third-row legroom, making it a decent alternative to a minivan. It might still be a crossover, but its humility has gone missing. The Traverse has been around since 2009 and has been Chevy's version of the Lambda-based GMC Acadia and Buick Enclave. With GM's movement away from the aging Lambda platform, these vehicles migrated, save yet for the Enclave, to the new CX-11 chassis. The 2017 Acadia was first out of the gate, but the Traverse now follows. However, the two are not badge-engineered twin anymore. The Traverse has a longer wheelbase that brings more interior volume and a more stately side profile appearance. The 2018 Traverse now has two available engines, a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder and the reworked 3.6-liter V6. Both come mated to a new 9-speed automatic transmission. The Traverse retains its transverse engine mounting and standard front-wheel drive configuration. GM's new part-time AWD system is optional. Inside, the Traverse can hold 8 people in a 2+3+3 configuration. A 7-seater configuration can be had thanks to optional second-row captain's chairs. New folding mechanisms in the second row allow for easier folding and third-row entry. With both rows stored flat, the Traverse can swallow 98.5 cubic feet of cargo, nearly 4 cubic feet more than the Chevy Tahoe. Update July 27, 2017, Chevy has announced pricing for the 2018 Traverse. The base L trim starts at $30,875, while the range-topping High Country starts at $52,995. Full details are in the pricing section below. Of course, there is more to the 2018 Traverse, so keep reading for the full rundown. Exterior. The 2018 Traverse shares no styling with the previous generation. That's great news for the Traverse, which now wears a more mature and sleeker design. Cues from the Chevy Tahoe and Suburban can be seen along its side profile and in the chrome work around the windows. Not only does this help tie the Traverse to Chevy's other SUVs, but it represents a massive improvement over the bubbly first-generation Traverse. Cues from the Chevy Tahoe and Suburban can be seen along its side profile and in the chrome work around the windows. Up front, the Traverse's crossover bones are denoted with a grille that resembles Chevy's smaller crossovers and sedans. Strong character lines near the fog lights are dressed in chrome and help add definition to the lower fascia. The character line runs rearward, capped by a chrome strip along the doors. A similarly strong belt line runs between the side windows and door handles, giving the Traverse a masculine shoulder. That masculinity is also seen in the relatively short, flat hood reminiscent of the Colorado pickup. One aspect Chevy seems rather proud of is the D-optic LED headlights. Not much is known about their nighttime performance, but the highly detailed lighting elements sure look fantastic. They come standard on High Country and Premier trim levels. Around back, the tail reminds us of the 2011 to 2013 Dodge Durango a bit. Similarities aside, the Traverse looks refined and well-conceived back here. That's thanks to handsome taillights, chrome accents, embedded exhaust tips, and a wrap-around style rear window. A shark fin antenna and spoiler over the rear window further give this crossover some much-needed flair. Other noticeable and commendable design cues include the strong wheel well arches, the large C-pillar, and the surprising amount of ground clearance and approach and departure angles. This thing looks far more off-road ready than most other comparable crossovers in the segment. The competition. Two of the biggest competitors in the 3-row crossover segment is the Honda Pilot and Nissan Pathfinder. These two offer room for 7, have unibody chassis, can come with FWD or AWD, and offer a respectable amount of interior space. Of course, Honda and Nissan do things a bit differently than Chevy, so let's check out the differences. On the outside, the Honda still looks fresh from its 2016 generational change. It has a well-mannered, reserved look that's more mature than the Pathfinder. A chrome grille and opulent headlights, along with chrome bits scattered across the outside, help brighten the Pilot's appearance. The Nissan Pathfinder underwent a mid-cycle refresh for the 2017 model year. It now wears a new face with a more angular appearance. Its shoulders are more angular, too, with hard creased lines replacing swooping curves that made the Pathfinder look overweight. Chrome is found here as well, with the grille, door handles, roof rack, bumper trim, and door guards all sporting the stuff. In the end, looks are subjective and buyers will make their own decisions about which vehicle looks better. More than likely, it'll come down to interior features and financing deals that warrant a signature on the dotted line. Interior. Chevy didn't forget the interior. The cabin is larger than before, giving more room for all 8 occupants. A 7-seater configuration is still available with the optional second-row captain's chairs. The 2018 Traverse also has a completely new dashboard and center console not seen anywhere else in the GM lineup. It does carry similarities and familiar switchgear, but thankfully it is not a direct shoe-in from another GM product. The dash has a modern and sophisticated appearance with leather coverings on higher-trimmed models. Piano black and satin chrome trim pieces add polish and class to the cabin. Instrumentation includes analog gauges for the tachometer, speedometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature. An average-sized screen shows details like mileage, trip information, turn-by-turn navigation directions, and other vehicle information. The 2018 Traverse now has a completely new dashboard and center console not seen anywhere else in the GM lineup. The center console holds Chevy's familiar 8.0-inch MyLink infotainment system. Lower trims get a 7.0-inch unit. Both include a row of physical buttons along the bottom for quick access features like home, rewind, fast forward, volume, and a button to raise and lower the entire screen. Yep, just like other GM models, the entire screen assembly raised vertically to reveal a secret storage compartment with a USB charging port and LED light. The screen's operation can be locked with a 6-digit code in valet mode. Dual-zone climate controls reside front and center below the MyLink system. A pair of USB ports and a 12-volt plug reside just below, along with a wireless phone charger. Chevy decided to stick with a traditional gear shifter, unlike the new 2018 GMC Terrain's dash-mounted buttons. While this does eat some space in the center console, it also provides a more conventional driving experience. The second row now has more legroom than before thanks to the longer wheelbase. Third-row seats are said to provide class-leading legroom of 33.7 inches, again thanks to the longer wheelbase. In back, the second row now has more legroom than before thanks to the longer wheelbase. A 3-person bench seat comes standard, but captain's chairs are optional. When selected, the bucket seats allow for easy access to the third row through the center aisle. While Chevy's new fold and slide mechanism called Smart Slide provides a much simpler action for getting to the third row, the aisle is still the easiest route. Third-row seats are said to provide class-leading legroom of 33.7 inches, again thanks to the longer wheelbase. And as always, the second and third rows fold flat for an uninterrupted cargo space. Chevy says the 2018 Traverse will hold 98.5 cubic feet of stuff. That's 4 cubic feet more than the Tahoe. While that is commendable, cargo room is down overall from 116.3 cubic feet in the first-generation Traverse. The competition. Honda does interiors rather well. Having recently spent more than 1,500 miles behind the wheel of the 2017 Ridgeline, we can attest to that. The Ridgeline, of course, is based on the Pilot and shares its dashboard, well, all but the shifter. Things are cleanly designed and simple to operate. Cubbyholes are scattered everywhere and can swallow tons of junk. A bench seat is standard in the middle row, but like the Traverse, second-row captain's chairs. Honda offers a rear seat entertainment package, rear HVAC controls, and tons of charging ports for devices. The Nissan Pathfinder's interior is typical Nissan, meaning it has soft, comfy seats, small buttons, and some chintzy plastics scattered about. That's not to say the interior isn't nice, but it is a few steps behind the Pilot. We'll reserve judgment on the Traverse's interior till we can sample a regular production model. Like the others, the Nissan offers a second-row bench and a two-person third row, however, there is no option for second-row captain's chairs. Thankfully, the seats do provide an easy tilt and slide feature for entering the third row. Drivetrain. The 2018 Traverse offers two engines to choose from, though all but the RS come with the 3.6-liter V6. The sporty RS trim gets exclusive use of a new 2.0-liter four-cylinder. The engine features an all-aluminum design, direct fuel injection, and variable valve timing on its dual overhead cams. The result is 255 horsepower at 5,500 revolutions per minute and an impressive 295 pound-feet of torque at 3,000 revolutions per minute. Surprisingly, this is more torque than the V6. Speaking of which, the ubiquitous 3.6-liter V6 returns for 2018, but with some power improvements. Horsepower is up from 288 to 305 at 6,800 revolutions per minute. Torque remains at 260 pound-feet, which peaks at 2,800 revolutions per minute. Fuel economy is estimated to be 18 mpg city and 25 mpg highway on FWD V6 models. Both engines feature a start-stop system designed to help save fuel when at a red light. When it comes to utility, the V6 offers 5,000 pounds of towing via its optional 2-inch receiver hitch. The 2018 Traverse offers two engines to choose from, though all but the RS come with the 3.6-liter V6. The sporty RS trim gets exclusive use of a new 2.0-liter four-cylinder. Both engines come mated to a new 9-speed automatic transmission. AWD is available across the board, including with the four-cylinder. When traction isn't an issue and fuel efficiency is favored, the driver can select FWD mode on the console-mounted rotary knob. This disconnects the rear driveshaft. When left in AWD mode, the system automatically sends power where it is needed, though with a front wheel bias. The High Country trim gets its own unique AWD system with a dual-clutch engagement. Regardless of trim or engine choice, a new traction mode select comes standard. It gives the driver the ability to dial in the terrain, which allows for the computer to better cope with conditions. We are left disappointed Chevy isn't offering the 1.6-liter turbodiesel found in the new 2018 Equinox. This four-cylinder makes a respectable 136 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque. While it's less powerful than the 2.0-liter gasser in the RS, the turbodiesel could be the Traverse's fuel economy leader. The Equinox diesel is expected to achieve an astonishing 40 mpg highway. Of course, the larger and heavier Traverse would achieve less mpg, but not by too much. Chevy also has the 2.8-liter four-cylinder turbodiesel from the Colorado midsize pickup it could use. Making 181 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, the baby Duramax would be a great fit for the three-row Traverse. Then again, the engine could price the Traverse out of its segment. The competition. The Honda only has one engine, the 3.5-liter IVTEC V6. This all-aluminum engine may only make 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, but it feels peppier in person. A 9-speed automatic transmission does the shifting and the front wheels receive the power unless the IVTM4 AWD system is ordered. In that case, the rear wheels get power when traction becomes an issue. Honda offers different drive modes, including normal, snow, mud, and sand. Fuel economy is EPA estimated at 19 mpg city and 26 mpg highway for an AWD model. The Nissan also comes with a 3.5-liter V6 as the only option. This engine has an all-aluminum design, direct injection, variable valve timing, and dual overhead cams. Power is rated at 284 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. Nissan's widespread use of continuously variable transmissions is seen here too, with the automaker's latest version sending power to the front wheels. Optionally, AWD is available. And like the others here, the Pathfinder has drive modes and downhill descent control. Safety. Chevy packed the 2018 Traverse with all the modern safety equipment. Active systems include the surround vision camera system, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, front pedestrian braking, forward collision alert, and both low and high-speed forward automatic braking. Passive systems include a full suite of airbags, crumple zones, and 3-point seat belts for all passengers. Chevy also includes its teen driver system. Basically, parents can set certain operation parameters like radio volume and monitor vehicle location, speed, and traction control usage. While this is a big buzzkill for kids, parents might be more willing to loan the car for a Friday night date. The competition. Honda has become known for its Honda Sensing safety system, and when ordered on the Pilot, offers plenty of active safety features. They include adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, forward collision warning with automatic braking, blind spot monitoring, and a 360-degree camera system. Honda Sensing comes standard on upper trim levels, but is an extra cost option on lower grades. Nissan also offers an impressive number of active safety systems. Nissan pioneered the use of the 360-degree camera system with its around view monitor, so it's obviously available. Nissan bundles its active safety system into what it calls its Intelligent Safety Shield. It includes adaptive cruise control, forward emergency braking, blind spot warning, rear cross-traffic alert with moving object detection. Pricing. The 2018 Chevrolet Traverse starts at $30,875 for the base L trim, including the destination fees. That is an increase of $1,280 over the 2017 model's starting price of $29,595. However, the new generation is much improved, so the price hike is justifiable. The 2018 Traverse comes in these 6 trim levels: L, LS, LT, Premier, High Country, and RS. The LT trim is further broken down into LT cloth and LT leather, with the latter getting more technology and appearance upgrades than just leather seating. The High Country is the range-topping trim, coming standard with nearly every available feature offered for 2018. As such, its price starts at $52,995 and doesn't fluctuate much. Unfortunately, Chevy has not announced pricing for the sport-inspired RS trim. It's also unclear where within the trim levels the RS falls. Not even a Chevy spokesperson had a clear answer when we reached out. The RS won't be immediately available when the 2018 Traverse goes on sale this fall, but will arrive in the following months. Expect an update towards the end of 2017. Money also brings up a good point about the Traverse. Some might wonder why Chevy has two vastly different three-row SUVs, the Traverse and Suburban. Chevy is slowly pushing the Suburban up market, while leaving the Traverse as the middle-class family machine. The Suburban's price has been steadily increasing over the last decade. The 2017 model carries a base price of $50,000. A 2000 model Suburban carried a starting price of only $26,500. Chevy uses the Traverse to fill the affordable void left behind where the Suburban used to sit. The competition. The three-row crossover segment is intensely competitive, so pricing hardly deviates away from the current $30,000 starting price. The Honda Pilot is no exception, as it carries a starting MSRP of $30,595 for the base LX trim. 5 trim levels are available, with the Elite trim acting as the range-topping model. It has a starting price of $47,070. Pricing doesn't get much higher than that, as the Elite comes pretty much fully loaded, with only an optional wheel package and the usual dealer add-on items like bike carries to be had. Unsurprisingly, the Nissan starts at $30,290 for the base S trim in FWD. 4 trims are available, with the Platinum being the range-topping model. It does beat out the Honda, though, with a starting price of only $42,070. AWD, a $1,700 rear seat entertainment package, and the usual dealer add-on accessories can be had, rounding out the price to just north of $46,000. Other competitors. Ford Explorer. Chevy considers the Ford Explorer as a primary competitor for the Traverse. Subject to a facelift for 2016, the Ford Explorer looks better than ever before. It got an all-new look on the outside that makes it stylish and sporty, while the inside saw mild revisions that were focused around the driver. It did get an updated infotainment system and a Sony 500-watt sound system on higher-trimmed models. Under the hood, you'll find a 2.3-liter four-banger with 270 horsepower and 300 pound-feet, a 3.5-liter with 290 horsepower and 255 pound-feet, or an EcoBoost version of the same V6 that delivers 365 horsepower and 350 pound-feet. If Chevy doesn't bring a serious power update to the Traverse, and you really want power, the Explorer might be the better option for you. Read more about the Ford Explorer here. Toyota Highlander. Another major competitor for the Traverse is the Toyota Highlander. The third-gen model was just updated for the 2017 model year with a refreshed front end, a new 3.5-liter V6, a new 8-speed automatic transmission, and, of course, seating for up to 8 people. It can also be had with a smaller 2.4-liter four-banger or as a hybrid if you prefer to stick on the greener side of things. The Highlander is priced from $30,630 in entry-level form and climbs to as much as $47,880 for the range-topping, hybrid, AWD V6 model. Find out more about the Toyota Highlander here. Conclusion. The 2018 Chevrolet Traverse is a huge step up in terms of styling, sophistication, interior accommodations, and powertrains. The Traverse certainly needed these improvements, and it seems like Chevy knocked this one over the fence. We have to reserve final judgment until we get behind the wheel, but from the auto show floor here in Detroit, the all-new Traverse is a winner. Of course, it will be the car-buying public that has the final say. Unless something drastic happens with gas prices, the crossover and SUV craze is sure to grow over the next few years. The Traverse will definitely be a big player for GM in this market. What do you think about the 2018 Chevy Traverse? Let us know in the comments below. Love it. Classy new looks, a well-off and functional cabin class leading cargo room, 2 powertrains, FWD, and AWD to choose from. Leave it. 2.0 liter seems underpowered, missing a diesel option, mild price increase over last generation.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.